Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Brett Culbert.
Welcome, Brett.
Thank you so much. You guys outdid yourself. That was amazing. Thank you so much for putting it all together. I'm embarrassed and humbled all at the same time. So thank you. Reese wants to say hi, by the way.
Hi, Reese.
What's happening? Who are these people?
All right. So yeah, we're gonna get right into it, Brett. Like I said, man, you've come from humble beginnings. You grew up in a small town. You went to theater at a local college. Right out of the gate, pretty much. How old were you when you had the acting bug? What was that age? When did it first pop off?
That's a really good question. Thank you for asking that. I was 14. I took a drama class in high school because I was more into athletics and just kind of sliding by at that point in time in my life. I wasn't interested in anything. I didn't really have a purpose. I was young. And then I took a drama class, and the teacher, she asked me to come to the auditions for Arsenic and Old Lace. I don't know if you know what that play is, but it's
Old Lace. I've never heard of it.
Yeah. No. And I didn't go to the audition. And the following day, she was a little perturbed with me, and she asked me, why didn't I go? And I just said, oh, I'm so sorry. I forgot about it. Then she asked me to come to callbacks, and I felt that there must have been some odd reason that I didn't even go to the audition. So I was humbled by that. And so I went to callbacks, and I got a small part. There are no small parts. Officer O'Hara. And I just remember doing one of the scenes on stage, and I had a moment that I knew that was it. And okay. I got the bug. I got hooked. I got a job at Blockbuster, and at Blockbuster, you get seven free rentals a night.
Yes.
So I just went down the line. Yep. Every night I'm having this giant stack, and I just had to know everything there was. So really learned what I liked, what I didn't like, and I wish I worked there. I do one day every single week.
Let me ask you this: did you ever take any movies or games prior to being released? Because I did.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you had to know what people come in and ask you what's it like. So I wanted to be ready. Absolutely, yeah. And the games especially. Anyway.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, I remember the first job that the job that I love the most, believe it or not, to this day is still the movie. I used to work the movie theater.
I did too. Yeah, when I was in high school.
Man,
college was Blockbuster, and high school was in Cinemark back in Chile. Yeah, I saw Batman Begins before it even before you were allowed.
Goodness. Growing up, I had a friend who worked at the movie theater, and he used to get us in all the time. So we would always see an abundance of films. So, yeah, had a lot of fun doing that as a kid. You know what I mean? But I can imagine. Anyways, let's keep it going.
All right. Yeah. You obviously, like I said, from a small town. You studied theater at a local college. What was that experience like for you? And I mean, what was your takeaway from that experience leading up to now?
Well, initially I went to a community college, and then after that I went to Kansas State University. And for me, the entire experience is what I needed to know what I was doing. And so I didn't want to just move here without any idea of where I stood, who I was. I had to learn, I had to grow up, I had to become a person. So college for me was just a learning feast. I also did competitive speaking. So Monday through Friday, I would do rehearsal, and then every single weekend I would go to a different college and compete doing competitive acting is pretty much what it was. So it was every week I was doing theater, and then the weekends I was doing different monologues. And so it was just trying to shove as much down as I could. I wanted to download everything. I didn't think that I could come here and just show up and go, hey guys, can I play? And so I wanted to know what I was doing. So yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Okay. Was it something that when you were there, was it something that did your instructors pick that up in you right away? Or was it something that basically that they said that was something that had to grow and had to, kind of foster?
So I have had a very lucky past, in that every so often a new person crosses my path, such as some form of a mentor that has taken me under their wing for a small amount of time and taught me what they knew. My drama teacher, Carla Scoville in Lansing, she saw something, and so she wanted to give me a little bit more of her time. And that's really what it is. It's just more of somebody's time and energy. I mean, that means the world to me. And then in college, I had Tom Murdoch. He was my main mentor. He did TV out here in LA, and then he moved to Kansas City, and he taught me pretty much everything that I knew at 18. So imagine being at 18, and he went to school for acting. And so he taught me what he knew when he was 40 or 36. So just learning that at a young age, kind of like Star Wars, like, oh, here now I'm learning. And then, and so then from there, I took what I learned and I needed to know even more. So Meisner, Stanislavski, every technique I could get my hands on. I just wanted to know more. I still want to know more. It just never ends. But yes, the individuals in my life, like I said, the time and energy. And that's why I find it very important that you take the time and if spend some time with anybody. Just give them your energy. It's important. Positive energy. Spread it. For me. But yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Brett, can I ask you something real quick? I really connect what you were saying about having a mentor that teaches you and guided you and being able to make those connections. It's something that I resonate deeply within me in my personal life. People who have mentored me and helped guide me to be able to, I guess, do some of the things that I'm able to do now that I wasn't able to do a few years back. Do you find yourself now that you have come this far do you find yourself mentoring other people yourself now? Like, do you have that mentee that you're trying to teach your craft to as well now? Because I find that with me and with what I dedicate my time to and with what I do, it's always important to always give back to somebody else who's trying to come up as well and being able to teach them the knowledge that I have. Are going for, like, in your life now, is that something that you're doing when it comes to your acting, when it comes to your career? Do you have a mentee that you are?
I love nothing more than handing down any information that I've received. Knowledge in this world it's invaluable, especially with all this strange information that we have thrown at our face every day. We don't know what truth is anymore. You can look anything up, but then you get tons and tons of information. So yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Perfect.
All right. Thank you so much. Your big break. How old were you when it happened? And what role was it?
I don't think I've ever had a big break, to be 100% honest.
Okay.
I feel that for me, it's just been, what's this coming this way? Okay. What's this coming this way? Okay. And then you just follow the trail of cookies along the route and just kind of see, and sometimes you have to dodge and sometimes you have to look ahead a little bit and look backwards as well. Very important. But for me, I don't believe that I've ever had a big break, unless you guys could find one in my resume. But I don't feel that I've had one. And I've never been. That. I've never been looking for
that. That's the school of hard knocks. I like that. Yeah.
It's not done. It's not over.
Yeah.
As Kobe put it, game over, game not over. So I mean,
the game's not over. Yeah, that keeps you humble. I like that, and not a lot of people carry that humility. That's good. That's a good thing to have.
I appreciate the question.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So, like I was saying earlier, your resume, it includes a whole slew of roles from pretty much every spectrum. So, I mean, you got sci-fi in there, you got suspense thrillers, comedy, drama. Would you say you have a particular genre that you're drawn to more than others?
I don't think that I do. I do sometimes, get in a mood where I find myself wanting to be funny and having that the comedic energy naturally happening, and so I want to go do something. But no, I don't think I prefer any. I like a challenge. I just enjoy challenges. So if it's challenging, then I'm all about it. There's some topics that I won't do. But as far as a genre goes, no, I don't. And I've had the bug to do a war film and a Western. So if anybody wants to play, man, I don't know why. I've never had a Western bug before, but suddenly I just want to kind of, hey there. And so, but yeah.
Okay.
Now to follow up on that question, like, what of the roles that you have had so far have been So it's a two question. So which one has been like the most easiest, but also which one has been the most challenging and that has made you grow as an actor?
I guess two. One being Antique Case was my first lead in a SAG feature film. So that was challenging because I've never led a film before. And so it was everyday shooting. It was for several months. And for me, that was my first time. So it was challenging to figure out what energy was necessary in order to do that. And yeah, so that journey was excellent. And then, as you guys know, Rebel Moon also was challenging, despite it not being the largest role. It was challenging in the sense that it was way not me. And so I really went, for me personally, I went very deep there and really wanted to feel what it felt.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into
that.
Yeah.
So that for me was really fun. I didn't want to leave that set. I just wanted to play all day, blow planets up all day. I was really enjoying that. But again, I do really want to state that every role is challenging. Every role you have to find the voice. And that's always, and sometimes it's really easy to find the voice. Sometimes it's harder, but then you got to make decisions and you want to do your best. So if you want to do your best, it's going to be challenging. I don't find any of it easy per se. I find it all fun.
Can I ask what kind of preparation goes into channeling the energy that you create when you're basically acting, when you're creating these roles? Like when I saw you in Rebel Moon, your character obviously is completely different from the person that you are, as you stated earlier, but there is a certain energy that is channeled there that made you look so menacing, Brett, that I'm like, what kind of preparation do you go through to channel that energy and to make yourself come out?
And that question leads us into our question 5. Thanks, Rob.
Sorry, buddy. I might have jumped the gun there, but I thought it was the proper time to drop that one.
So the type of energy. So at first, for me, I know every actor has their own preparation, and I love hearing about other actors' prep. By the way, that to me, I'm so curious. But for me, it's usually starts on this floor right here. And I know that's weird, but I literally will play music on my computer and I will go over the text a million times. And then I'll just go look at what the world looks like in my head. So there's the preparation. So there, when we're starting to analyze the world, then we're kind of getting an idea of, ooh, how heavy is this world? Right. And so how serious is the situation? And so I you always want to create as much. You want to raise the stakes as much as possible. So for me, what was my job? What's that guy's job? I'm asking you, what is his job?
Like
get yourself in that person's shoes.
Yeah. And now you also met my boss. And if I do something wrong, what do you think he's going to do to me?
Exactly. Yeah.
So I'm not necessarily menacing because I want to be menacing. I'm like, yo, you two guys, don't mess this up, or that dude's going to come up here and talk to us. And we also got to blow this thing up and don't miss. And so with all that going on in your head, and then you add the complexity to a character, if maybe he likes this a little bit, why else would you pick a job like this every single day? I mean, no. And so those are also layers that you can add as well. So it just goes on and on. But for me, I really wanted to I knew it was going to be a small amount of time. So I really wanted to show as much as I could in a small amount of time within the film. If that makes sense.
Yes, definitely.